Hello students, welcome back to my channel. Today I am starting a new video which is the part 2 of the chapter flower, which is from Icse class 9. So this is a very important chapter in class 9. So without wasting time, let's get started with the video. Now if you haven't watched the previous part of this particular topic, then first go and watch that part in my channel and then come back to this video for better understanding. In this video, we will know about the general description of the floral parts. Now, the first one is calyx. Calyx means we know that sepals together, unitedly sepals together are known as calyx. Usually, there are 5 sepals. Now, sometimes there may be less, or in few cases, even more sepals can be there. Basically, there are 2 types of sepals which are present. One may be the polysepalous, and another is the gamosepalous. This is the example of polysepalous. That means free. Here the sepals are free. See, these are the sepals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These 5 sepals are free. They are not attached to each other. So this type of sepals we will call it as polysepalous. And in some cases it can be fused. We cannot distinguish each other. This is known as gamosepalous. In this case, see, these 5 sepals, they are fused, and this part they are fused. They are not separated. Okay. So these are the 2 types of sepals. One is polysepalous, that means here the sepals will be free, and another one is gamosepalous, where the sepals will be fused. So sometimes in case of hibiscus, it is found that there is a second series of sepals. There are second series of sepals. Suppose this is the sepals. There are some sepals in second series of sepals. They are known as apisepals. They are known as apisepals, and collectively they are called apicalyx. So again I am repeating, in some flowers like in case of hibiscus, there may be a second series of sepals which are present. Those sepals we will call it as apisepals, and collectively it is known as apicalyx. Okay, that is the thing. So I think this calyx portion is clear. Now the function of sepals. First function is to protect the young flower bud, and the next is these sepals also perform photosynthesis when they are green in color. When the sepals are green in color, then they perform photosynthesis, which is very important. And sepals also protect the young flower bud. Next is corolla. That means petals. Petals are collectively called corolla, right? Now, these petals are of 2 types again. Polypetalous or gamopetalous. See? This is an example of polypetalous. That means they are free. These 4 petals, they are free. They can be separated from each other. And these petals, whether it's funnel shaped or tubular in shape, these 2 petals are gamopetalous. That means they are fused. We cannot differentiate one from another. So, petals just similar to that of sepals. Petals can be free or they can be united. That is polypetalous or gamopetalous. Okay. Now the functions of petals. First of all, petals are very colorful. Okay, so this actually help to attract insects for pollination. Pollination is another phenomenon which is very important for plants to germinate, to reproduce. Okay. So these colorful petals actually attract insects for pollination. Apart from that, they also protect the stamens and the pistils, the reproductive part. Okay, especially in this type of structures, when they form a tubular form or tube-like structure. In this type of structure, the petals actually protect the stamens and the pistils of the flower, the reproductive part. So these are the functions of petals. Now third floral part is androecium, that is the male part. I have already told you about this in the first part of the chapter. So androecium means the stamens are collectively called androecium. Now each stamen consists of a long filament. Okay. a long filament and a bilobed anther. This is the filament and this is the anther, right? So a long filament is there and an anther is there at the top, at one extreme. Now anther is two lobes are present. Now these are the two lobes, one lobe and the second lobe, and this is the filament. This is the total structure of one stamen. So again I'm repeating, each stamen consists of a filament and anther containing of two lobes. Now each lobe has two pollen sacs. This is one sac, this is another sac. So total 4 pollen sacs are there. Each lobe consists of two lobes. Two sacs, two pollen sacs. Total there are 4 pollen sacs. And inside these pollen sacs, pollen grains are present. In these 4 pollen sacs, pollen grains are present. So what happens when they got fully matured? When they get fully matured, these pollen sacs actually rupture and they liberate pollen grains. The pollen grains comes out. Pollen grains are the powdery particles, and pollen grains can be of different shapes and sizes. Okay. So basically, the androecium means what? The collection of stamens. Now each stamen consists of a filament and bilobed anther. Now it consists of two lobes. That means each lobe consists of 2 pollen sacs. That means there are a total of 4 pollen sacs. Inside the sacs there are pollen grains. When these pollen sacs get matured, then they get ruptured and they liberate pollen grains. These pollen grains are generally powdery particles. Okay, they are of different shapes and sizes. So this is all about the androecium. Now what happens in androecium, the arrangement of stamens differ. Again, these stamens may be free. For example, in case of petunia, the stamens are free. Okay, or they may be joined. They may be united. Now there are 3 types of stamens when they are united. First one is monadelphous. When the stamens are united in one group, they only have one common filament and they are united in one group. Example is China rose. China rose is an example of monadelphous stamen. Okay. There, in case of China rose, in case of cotton also, stamens are arranged like in a single group. Monadelphous. Mona means single. Mona means one. Now another, in case of pea plant, in pea, what happens? The stamens are arranged in 2 groups. Di means 2. See the structure, only one filament is left over and other filaments are grouped in one structure. So basically the filaments are united in 2 bundles. In pea plant, there are total of 10 stamens. Now one stamen forms one group and the other 9 stamens forms another group. So it forms 2 bundles. This is diadelphous. That means forming 2 groups. Another one is the polyadelphous. In case of bombax plants, polyadelphous stamens are found. That means the filaments are united in several groups. This is 1, this is 2, 3, 4, 5. Here the picture is showing 5 groups of stamens. Poly means many. Several groups will be there. So basically, monadelphous means one group. Stamens will be united in one group by their filaments. For example, China rose, cotton. Diadelphous, di means 2. Stamens will be united in 2 groups or 2 bundles. Example, pea. Out of the 10 stamens which are present in pea, 1 forms the one group and the 9 makes the another group. So 2 groups will be present. And polyadelphous, which is found in bombax plant, here the stamens will form several groups. Okay, in this picture 5 groups of stamens are shown. Clear? Now the last floral part is gynoasium. That means the carpels. It is what, or it is also known as pistil. So it is basically the female part of the flower. Okay, it consists of three parts. Stigma, the upper part stigma, then a long tube-like structure style, and then is the last portion ovary, the swollen portion ovary. Inside the ovary, few small structures are present. Those are known as ovules. Okay. Basically, stigma is the terminal knob-like part. It is a knob-like part which is present at one terminal at the top. It may be divided into two or more lobes. Okay. Now, in stigma, it is covered with some hair-like structures. Stigma is covered with hair-like structures. Okay. Stigma is the place where the pollen grain actually lands in case of pollination. Here, the pollen grain lands. Then is the tube-like slender structure, that is the style, which actually connects the stigma with ovary. And the last swollen basal portion is the ovary. Okay. Inside the ovary, there are a number of rounded bodies which are called ovules. And in ovary, there is a swollen region or cushion region in the ovary which actually attach the ovules to the wall of the ovary. That is called placenta. These ovules are actually attached to the walls of the ovary with the help of placenta. At the end of this video, I will be talking about placenta. So again, I am repeating, gynoasium is the female part of the flower, which is also known as the carpels or pistil. It mainly consists of three parts. The upper part or the terminal knob-like part called stigma, which is covered with hair-like structures. Basically, this stigma is the landing portion of the pollen grain during pollination. Then is the slender tube-like structure called style, this portion which actually attaches stigma with the ovary. And finally, there is a basal swollen portion ovary which consists of few rounded structures called ovules. Now, these ovules are attached to the wall of the ovary with the help of placenta. Now, there are two types of plants. Monoecious plants, okay, and dioecious plants. Mono means one, di means two. So, in case of monoecious plants, both male and female flowers, they grow on the same plant. They will grow on the same plant. For example, maize, then cucumber, pumpkin, all these are the monoecious plants. In these type of plants, both the male and female flowers, they grow on the same plant. But in case of dioecious plants, the male flower and the female flower, they grow on different plants. Male and female flowers, they grow on different plants. For example, like papaya, it is a dioecious plant. Here, the male flower and the female flower, they grow on different plants. So, the plants where male and female flowers grow on the same plant, for example, pumpkin, cucumber, they are the monoecious plants. Mono means one. In one plant, there will be both type of flowers present. Di means two. In dioecious plants, male and female flower will be grow on the different plants like papaya. Okay. Now there are two terms, inflorescence and placentation. Inflorescence and placentation. See, inflorescence means the mode of arrangement of flowers on the axis of the plant. That means how the flowers will be arranged, because in a plant, flowers may be arranged in several ways in different plants. So the manner of that arrangement is known as inflorescence. Suppose this is a plant. These are the flowers. Now, here single flowers are present at the apex of the main stem, right? At the terminal apex, at the top portion. This is one arrangement. Again, there may be one plant where the flowers will be present at the axils of the leaves. Like these are the leaves. And flowers will be present just here at the axils of the leaves. So these are the different types of arrangement of the flowers. This is the inflorescence. This different type of, or the manner of the arrangement of the flowers on the axis of the plant, that is the inflorescence. What is placenta? I have already told you that placenta is the tissue which actually attaches ovule to the wall of the ovary, right? So what is placentation? Placentation is actually the manner in which the ovules get arranged to the wall of the ovary. Arranged, or you can say attached to the wall of the ovary. Okay. So ovules actually turn into seeds when the fruit gets matured. This is the thing. The fate of ovules is it turns into seeds when in case of mature fruit. So I'm again repeating, inflorescence is the arrangement of the flowers, how the flowers are arranged in the axis of the plant. And placenta is the tissue which actually attaches the ovule to the wall of the ovary. So placentation means the manner in which the ovules are attached or arranged to the wall of the ovary. That's it. It's very simple. So this is the end of this topic, flower. I hope this particular topic is absolutely clear to you all. After that, if you have any problem, then you can comment me. You can just write it down in the comment box. I will try to clear your doubts. And that's it for this video. If you think my videos are helpful and informative, then please like and share my videos. And if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, then please click to the subscribe button and stay tuned to my channel for more such videos. Thank you for watching the video.